I'm understanding your mother left your father right after that as well. Do you feel any responsibility to that?
No. No.
All due respect, I mean, she's kind of selfish.
Okay.
I get it. I mean, she's a teenager, she wanted to go to prom. But what matters? I mean, what really matters? This is your family. This is your life.
Okay, Jesus, let's ease up on the gas pedal. I mean, you barely know her. I mean...
Oh, come on. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, it was prom. Didn't you go to prom?
I did go to prom, but I regret it every day of my life. It was the worst day.
Me too.
It was horrible.
We had sex.
If I had to go back and do it again...
You're right. It was the worst sex. Jillian and I had sex in the back of my 1970 Mustang and ripped the faceplate off my stereo.
All right, I don't...
Don't think you should feel... I mean, the problems between your mother and I started way, well, I mean, right around when you were born, but nothing to do with you. It was where we were.
When I go out there, my whole thing is like, I don't care if it's a Black Friday sale. I don't care if I'm reclaiming ancient lands. I'm gonna win, but I need my backup.
Cravenhurst had unbeknownst to us, we were shocked at this, but a giant crossbow, and they fired. It was like a 40-foot. It was padded on the end, so it was within the rules.
You know, technicalities.
But this padded arrow, that was like 8-foot long thing that just took her out, and there were stitches involved.
There were 3 to 5, and
Why we can't get the exact number? Jillian and I were asleep in the royal tent, okay, and I thought something was happening between her and I, and it turned out that he had wandered in somehow, thinking that you were in the Elven camp.
I did,
and it was so sweet. And Jillian was like all for it. She was role playing.
I think it was the smell, because you guys were throwing a lot of pine on your fire, weren't you? And I totally thought I thought that was part of our...
So you thought you were somewhere else?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're always burning some other things.
Yeah.
You can put it like that. And so I just followed my nose. I had no other way of seeing. So I ended up at your guys' camp, and I go in his tent, and you were already naked, weren't you?
Well, yeah, I was. Jillian was fully clothed, but yeah.
I mean, I didn't know all this drama, back there, but I'm just glad I'm part of a family now.
What like an amazing thing, this culture that we have, that we're able to like completely compartmentalize. Like I look at you and I don't see like a cuckolded enemy, the person who like I've been defeating for like the past, like Paul. I see Paul. I see a great guy, Paul.
The same character?
I've always been me.
Okay.
I just want to make that clear.
Okay.
We're always.
I've always been me.
We're all.
Just
us.
sometimes druids are weird. Druids are sort of they sort of march to their own drummer.
Yeah, you
That
can
is
be
true.
a cat, you can be a tree.
And I often am.
And a bear, right?
I'm always
You
anything I want to be.
You don't do the bear enough. At least you didn't with Carthanol.
No, it's-
now that you're a Cravenhurst, every battle we're in, he's the bear.
Do you see what I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight.
But
Every
you
time-
do fight us. That's the whole thing.
Yes, we do. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It's a matriarchal society.
Which feels right.
Yeah,
it feels really right.
It does. I mean, I would say Carthanol too is quite matriarchal. I think that's what we have in common.
Yeah, I mean,
because
you're a king.
Yeah, but, right. But
Male king.
yeah, that is true. We are. That's
male
true.
King, straight
Yeah.
white male king. I guess usually I identify with female, but I mean that sometimes changes, Because sometimes you wake up one day and you're just like, ugh, no, I don't want to do this. I want to do that, and so you do that.
So then are you
That's dumb.
a male prince?
No, I'm a queen.
Okay, always.
Yeah, always a queen. Yeah.
Okay.
This is why it's been difficult to form an alliance because it's a lot of shifting sands. So we'll have a meeting and we'll have a set plan.
Yeah.
And then that plan will vaporize. It won't happen.
It's like the Middle East. You don't know.
It is. If all the Jews were on mushrooms, that's what it would be like.
Yeah.
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 It's very difficult.
We have fun.